Hello, San Diego and beyond. We're here to share all the treasures that we've got. There's a pirate in the master's chair, ready to pilot us on this magical affair. Share your story, share your word. Spread your joy, let your voice be heard. Hoist your sails and catch the wind. It's time for your show to begin. So hoist your sails and catch the wind. It's time
San Diego! And the world
for your
knows
show to begin.
the iconic Brent Haywood, photographer extraordinaire, a craftsman, an artist with a lens, a man with an enchanted, gifted eye, blessed from the Greek god Zeus himself. My microphone's dripping, sorry.
I'll send you a check later.
I've got a brown stuff on my nose here. Give him a big round of applause. Welcome, Brent Haywood. And for those of you watching via video on Facebook and in YouTube in the future, see that amazing photo back there? That is not a painting. That is not Photoshop. That is Brent Haywood's gifted eye. And it's just an amazing shot that is as iconic as San Diego itself. And Brent Haywood wasn't always a photographer. Took a class in high school, and then that was just it. Was in the Naval Academy, became a sailboat bum for a while in his young years, got into real estate, and was doing amazing work as a real estate agent, but then the market started to dip and whatnot. And he got into photography, kind of like a hobby, just to do it for himself, and the rest was history. Now he's photographing Olympians, multi-million-dollar homes. He's photographing from the air. He has a 4x beast that I can't even begin to describe it, but it's an arsenal of equipment that matches the photographer warrior that he is. Welcome, Brent Haywood.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you.
All right. And sorry, that's enough time for tonight. So
Good, I'm out of here.
yes,
That works out for
Shutter
both of us.
I did the whole show just on his introduction. We go way back, so I just wanted to do you justice. So
We go further than I'd like to say, actually.
yeah. Yeah. He warned me. Do not bring up any dirt because I got equal amount of dirt on you. This man has seen me wake up in strange motorhomes out in Plaster City,
Yes, I have.
in the middle of the desert. So and he's got photographic evidence, but which he still refuses to hand over, no matter how much I have on him. Tell me about your passion. What drives you now? Now that you are where you are now, you're reeling literally days from the Sunday paper spread here in the Union Tribune. What was that like?
That was a great experience. In fact, it wasn't really expected. I actually thought the article was going to be mostly just on the luxury real estate that we photographed, and then the Union Tribune, Lily, who did a great job on the article, towards the end of the interview, which I was doing while driving to a job, started asking me about my birthplace and name and all of these kinds of things, and I kept asking, well, what is that for? What do we need that for? I thought we're kind of focusing on the house aspect, and she's like, oh, well, it just kind of finishes out the article. So I was actually pretty surprised. It ended up being more than just on the real estate. It did give us a little bit of background on our business and our history and how we started and the whole 9 yards, which was nice. We got a great reception for it, much more than expected.
So you photograph now from the air, you photograph from the ground, using this 4x4 beast, this white van that's been custom lifted, torqued out. But you, aside from the real estate, and we'll get into that a little bit later on, the multi-million-dollar homes and all that good stuff, but your passion is in nature. It's photographing landscapes, from the air, from the ground, but you just have this thing for timing that I've never seen in anybody else. Tell me a little bit about how that started.
The lands, well, I mean, if you talk about what my favorite category to photograph now is going to be our landscape photography. I love to do aerial work. I go up in the helicopter as often as possible. Over the last couple of years, we've built a library of about 80,000 images, mostly in San Diego, but we do have them all over Southern California. We just did a good run in Big Bear in the winter and in the summer. But this is my actual favorite category, and when I'm not shooting, you know, to make a living, I'm shooting this as my hobby, which also does help make a living. It's a good market for us.
And you get to work with a lot of interesting folk, and you have become somewhat of a man's man of photography, earning the respect of people in front of the lens, behind the lens, fellow photographers, and we happen to have someone who just recently worked with you. And it's a man who comes from a long line of family that actually donated the land that actually is Mount Helix today. On the air is Eric Fletcher.
I am doing very good, Eric. How about you, buddy?
You are doing something that you really love. This does not work for you anymore. You're passionate about for photography. You just filmed my cabin up in Quemaca, and I tell you, you make it look magical when you get done. It's amazing. It's amazing. You're awesome. That's your passion there.
Well, I appreciate that, Eric. Thank you so much.
No, I just thought I could give you a call and just, you know, give you my 2 cents worth, you know?
Well, I think that's a lot more than just 2 cents there. I think you owe him his money back. Yeah.
I'll send that check back to you. I'll send that check back to you right now.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh! Ron Cook! Ron Cook! That's the only...
Oh, you're popular.
How many are we going to have on this list? I'm going to owe people a lot of money.
You did.
Far more important than I am, but as long as I'm here.
Well, yes, please. Welcome Ron Cook, another fellow colleague of Brent Haywood.
I'm just so impressed with Brent Haywood and his work, and I call him the adventure photographer. He is the Indiana Jones of photographers. This guy goes anywhere, gets anything, and you know I've been shooting all my life, but it's the thing about Brent is what he sees before he ever even puts that camera up to his eye. He sees those shots, and it's really pretty incredible to watch. And I like to consider myself really the anti-Brent Haywood. So in fact, right now you've seen Brent's van, that
the beast,
incredible machine, the beast. 4x4 van that thing can climb a tree with no doubt. Well, I'm broadcasting live from the Ron Cook Media / Brent Haywood Productions Kia Soul here in El Cajon. And seriously, you know, I'm a happily married man. We know this, but I mean, just look at Brent.
I know. Did you see him in the Sunday paper? My goodness.
It just makes me sick. For some reason, chicks dig that rugged, good-looking guy. More than fat, bald.
So what you're saying, it's really not fair that somehow along the line, you know, the man upstairs kind of screwed the rest of us over because not only did he get the looks, he got the gift and the talent, and you know.
It's wrong.
It's wrong.
It's simply wrong. And speaking of wrong, another thing I don't understand. Brent is one of the first people to ever take pictures of Captain San Diego.
Oh, the pirate, the alter ego of
yeah. You know, I think I actually got a couple of shots of you before he did at an event. And it pretty much stalled my career out. And so I'm not sure what it was that Brent did differently, but he's managed to survive
We keep that stuff behind the studio doors, Ron.
That's the amount of talent that Brent Haywood brings to the game.
He's like the Teflon Don of photographers, so...
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
But I think if you do hair club for men, you might be able to...
Oh!
Yeah. I tried that, but I wasn't specific about where I wanted the hair.
Okay, yeah. Oh, this just took a whole weird turn.
It really did, actually.
Now, we were talking about the double rainbow photo that Brent Haywood took.
I actually drove up to Mount Helix thinking something would happen just because of the weather, but I really didn't know what it was at all. I mean, I had no idea. I just thought maybe some of the clouds would light up, there would be something spectacular up there, and then I was walking back down to the car, saw one of the rainbows starting to form down towards the parking lot, and then actually started running down towards the bottom, and then a small rain cloud came overhead. Everybody left because they got soaked. And literally within a minute, it came over the top of my head and stopped. And then within maybe 500 to 1,000 feet from the top, the rainbow just lit up left to right. And literally, it was the closest I've ever been to a rainbow. It was so spectacular. I mean, it's kind of like that video. Everybody emailed me about that video afterwards. It's a rain. Anyway, I don't remember how it goes, but it's pretty funny. But I had a fisheye lens on, and I could barely get the rainbow in left to right, even with a 15mm fisheye. It was that close to me.
Wow.
Any gold? Did you find any gold?
I didn't find any
gold. Eric Fletcher, there's no gold up on Mount Helix. And
I didn't get.
There might be. There might be.
It was a pretty crazy. I mean, I was actually. I mean, I shoot a lot of landscape photos everywhere, and I was really taken back. I almost couldn't even focus on the photo. I really wanted to look at it instead of through that little square, viewfinder, which didn't give you the same experience, obviously. And I kept looking around. I'm like, I've got to get this. I got to get the shot, and we got probably 15 or 20.
Well, it has won accolades, not just from people like Eric Fletcher and the Mount Helix Foundation, but from judges at photography contests and, people on Facebook, just lit it up. Thank you so much, Eric Fletcher. It was an honor to have you call in and invite us to this event, but most of all to give accolades, just due accolades to Brent Haywood.
Well, it's just funny. I didn't even know he was coming on. I talked to him like 4 days ago, and I was just listening because I just, was on a week ago, and lo and behold, I figured, I got a call. So I got on the phone and called you guys.
Brent, I think, appreciates that, yes?
Absolutely.
Good.
Thank you, Eric Fletcher.
Bye-bye.
Brother, how's that feel, man? That has got to be cool.
Very cool. Very cool. I do owe a lot of people checks now.
Your website is Brent Haywood Photography. You don't just do the multi-million-dollar celebrity homes.
The real estate part of our business is about half. The rest of it's stock landscape photography, fine art prints. We do quite a bit of fitness and athlete photography in the studio or on location. Portraits, pretty much everything.
You are an avid, photographer of U.S. Olympians, bodybuilders, professional bodybuilders. You just have, you're in demand. And so if there's anybody out there that needs very, very unique portraits done for your profession, for your sport, for, whatever it is you got going on, real estate, landscape, whatever it may be, Brent Haywood Photography.com. Make sure you find him, track him down, talk to him now before he's in Dubai, resting in comfort, living the rest of his days, off the royalties of all these amazing photos.
Or Big Bear.
So
I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
Or Lake Quebec.
So any words to the fans listening in to you right now, or anything you want to leave people with?
I'd like to thank our whole fan base. I mean, they really helped bring us to where we are, and we've got a couple of employees now that the support from everybody is really taking the company to where it's at, and it's awesome. The UT article, it really shows that we've got some great support.
Awesome. There he is, the man, the icon. Can you come back sometime in the future and delve into a little more, because I know there's a lot more to what you do than just this. It's the stuff that you do just for fun. is a blast. Well, give him a big round of applause. Brent Haywood, photography. Awesome.
Hello, San Diego and beyond.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
We're here
That's
to
a wrap.
share all the treasures that we
Awesome.
There's a pirate in the master's share, ready to pilot us on this magical affair. Share your story, share your word. Spread your joy, let your voice be heard. Hoist your sails and catch the wind. It's time for your show to begin. So hoist your sails and catch the wind. It's time for your show to begin.